They tell you power corrupts. But the truth is that power only exposes what was already there. It strips away politeness, reveals hunger, unmasks the coward and the saint alike, the real corruption. Here's weakness pretending to be virtue. Every society, every religion, every school teaches you to be good. But who decides what good means? Those who already hold power. Machiavelli saw it clearly. He didn't believe in the holiness of morality. He believed in the usefulness of it. He saw that power shapes morality, not the other way around. The weak call it evil. The strong call it truth. And in between, most people are too afraid to admit which side they're really on. We worship morality as if it's absolute, but morality changes with power. What's evil in one age becomes progress in another. What's justice today was once a crime. When kings ruled, loyalty was moral. When revolutions came, rebellion became moral. When corporations rose, ambition became moral. Morality bends to whoever wins. Machiavelli wrote The Prince not as a sermon, but as a mirror. He showed rulers what they really are, predators wrapped in robes of virtue. He said, a wise ruler cannot and should not keep his word when doing so is against his interest, because the game of power is not played by angels. It's played by wolves pretending to be lambs, and if you want to survive, you must learn to wear your own mask. We admire the good man, honest, kind, obedient. But Machiavelli would laugh. He knew the good man is often the most dangerous delusion, because goodness without power isn't moral, it's harmlessness. And harmlessness is not a virtue, it's just weakness with good PR. The world doesn't reward purity, it rewards competence. It rewards the ones who can bend, adapt, deceive when necessary, and still build something lasting. That's why Machiavelli admired Cesare Borgia, a man both ruthless and visionary. Borgia wasn't loved, he was feared, and because of that he controlled chaos. Machiavelli didn't ask you to become cruel. He asked you to stop pretending that being liked will protect you. Every human plays a role. You wear the clothes that make you seem safe. You say the words that make you seem moral. But deep down, you know, survival is theater. The politician kisses babies on camera and destroys lives off screen. The influencer preaches authenticity while selling illusion. The CEO talks about ethics while cutting jobs to please investors. Machiavelli didn't invent this. He just had the courage to describe it. He said, men judge more by the eye than by the hand. Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few ever see what you really are. Power is about performance. Morality is the costume. It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both. People misunderstand this line. Machiavelli didn't worship fear. He respected predictability. Love is fragile. It shifts with emotion, rumor, envy. But fear endures. Fear is stable. Fear commands. He knew love can make followers loyal, but fear makes them reliable. Because in the end, power is not about affection. It's about control of outcomes. Power is not magic. It's method. And those who understand the method rise. Machiavelli saw patterns, the same ones that rule our world today. He said, "Thy prince must learn how not to be good, not to be wicked, but to be flexible. When mercy works, use it. When deceit is necessary, use that too." The truly powerful man knows when to play the saint and when to become the serpent. To the powerless, this sounds immoral, but to the wise it sounds inevitable. Today, princes don't sit on thrones. They sit in boardrooms. They stand behind podiums. They post on screens. Power hasn't vanished, it's just disguised as influence. Social media has turned everyone into a ruler of their own small kingdom. But most are peasants in their own empire, slaves to validation, not masters of perception. Machiavelli would see right through it. He'd say, "You are not free if you must ask permission to speak." He'd see our obsession with moral signaling and call it a digital religion of weakness. We don't seek truth anymore. We seek approval, and approval is the currency of the powerless. History doesn't remember what happened. It remembers what the winners wrote. Conquerors are moralized. Defeated are demonized. Rome called its wars civilizing missions. Empires called their invasions progress. Modern nations call economic domination freedom. Every atrocity hides behind moral language. Every tyrant believes he's right. That's not hypocrisy. That's how power sustains itself. The moment you control the narrative, you control morality. Machiavelli never said virtue was useless. He said it was dangerous when misplaced. Virtue in a tyrant brings peace. Virtue in a slave brings obedience. The same quality that makes a ruler noble can make a subject submissive. The question isn't whether virtue is good. It's who benefits from your virtue. When you are powerless, morality is a leash. When you are powerful, it becomes armor. The greatest form of power is subtle. It doesn't need violence, it needs belief. If you can make people believe you're moral, they will forgive your crimes. If you can make them believe you're strong, they will ignore your flaws. Power isn't about domination, and it's about influence. And influence begins with image. Machiavelli knew rulers didn't need to be good. They only needed to appear good. Because people crave comfort more than truth. They'll follow anyone who gives them certainty, even if it's a lie. You don't need a crown to use power. You use it every day. When you speak your mind and others fall silent, that's power. When you control your emotions in chaos, that's power. When you can walk away from what doesn't serve you, that's power. And every time you choose strength over comfort, you rewrite morality on a personal scale, because Machiavelli's message was never just for rulers, it was for anyone trapped by illusion. Anyone who's tired of being told that weakness is noble. He wanted you to stop apologizing for being strategic, to stop mistaking gentleness for goodness, and to start seeing the world not as it should be, but as it is. Realism is heavy. It shatters fantasy. To see the world clearly means accepting that cruelty, deception, and ambition are not exceptions. They are the default state of human behavior. But that's not cynicism. That's freedom, because when you stop expecting fairness, you stop being manipulated by it. When you stop needing everyone to like you, you stop being controlled by them. The world won't reward your innocence, it will consume it. Machiavelli's truth is harsh, but it's clean. It cuts through delusion like glass through fog. We fear judgment because we still think morality is universal. But it isn't. What's evil to your enemies will be heroic to your followers. What's selfish to your critics will be self-respect to those who understand you. If you act from strategy instead of sentiment, they'll call you cold. But if you win, they'll call you wise. That's why the strong never explain. They let outcomes speak for them. Power begins in silence. Not in shouting, not in dominance, it goes in stillness. The one who controls his reaction controls the room. The one who doesn't rush to defend himself already holds authority. Because control over self is the foundation of control over others. Machiavelli would call it virtù, mastery of circumstance through will, the ability to turn chaos into opportunity. He didn't mean virtue in the moral sense. He meant strength, discipline, adaptability, qualities that make a human sovereign over himself. That's true power, the kind no one can take away. There's a reason people fear Machiavelli. He doesn't let you hide. He forces you to see your motives naked, without the comforting disguise of good intentions. He asks, do you help others because you care? Or because it makes you feel superior? Do you forgive because you're wise, or because you're afraid to confront? Do you obey the rules because they're right, or because you're scared to break them? When you strip morality down to its bones, you find only one constant: the desire to survive, to influence, to endure. That's power. Machiavelli never hated morality. He simply refused to kneel before it. He saw it as a weapon, sometimes noble, sometimes cruel, always strategic. He knew that behind every moral act lies a calculation. Behind every evil act, a motive. And he left us a choice. Live chained by ideals you didn't choose, or learn to use them as tools to carve your own path, because in the end, power doesn't corrupt morality. It creates it. Every civilization, every leader, every revolution is proof. We worship the rules of the powerful, until someone more powerful writes new ones. So ask yourself, if morality is just a reflection of power, then what would your morality look like if you held it? Would you still play by their rules, or finally write your own? Morality without power is fantasy. Power without morality is chaos. But when you fuse them, when you master both, you become something else. You stop chasing approval. You start shaping reality. That's what Machiavelli understood. And that's why the world still fears him. So tell me, do you think morality comes from power, or power from morality? Which one do you serve? If you made it this far, you're not like most people. You don't just watch ideas, you question them. So if you want more thoughts that challenge comfort and expose truth, subscribe and join those who'd rather think dangerously than live asleep.